Hi guys, it's me, Mr. Morse, and I want to talk to you guys about how to write a Sitomer. Now, I know some of us are still a little confused, and I get it. We're still very early on is what we're doing. So I made this little video to hopefully help you out. So I have a couple of things I've opened up, and we're doing the values. So we're on the values unit of cultures. So I have our PowerPoint on values, and I also have a blank copy of our Cornell notes open. So as you know, I go down here and I get to our first section of notes. Now I'm going to kind of rush through this part because you probably already have this figured out. But I'm going to read this little article here and I'm going to answer this question. This is my section. And as I read this, I know social values form an important part of culture that we live in. So the who, we. What? Social values form an important part of our culture. Now, I'm going to put that right here. Who, what, and don't forget the question I'm answering goes right here. And the question I'm answering is how do values shape society? Now that's different than our overarching question that's going to be answered from all the information we're going to gather in this PowerPoint. But right now, put a pin in this. We're not worried about the essential question yet. We're worried about the subclaim question, how do values shape society? Okay? Now I said I'm going to put that there, but I've already finished my notes, so I'm going to jump ahead to this one. How do values shape society? As I go through here, I've picked out the Doug Buell who, what, where, why, how, and when, right? And that looks like this. Now I've gone down here and I've written my summary using my notes. I don't need the PowerPoint for that anymore. It's a how question. So I'm going to turn this how question into a statement. How do values shape society? Values shape society by, and then because it's a how question, I'm going to grab my how notes right here, and I'm going to drop them in right here and put a period. Then I'm going to go back up to the top and drop in my what notes right here. And then I'm going to go down and grab my why notes and finish right here. Now, as I told you, the beauty of this note-taking system is if you follow that process and then you read it, it makes complete sense because it's a how question. We lead with our how notes. Same thing here. I move to this new section of notes. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I am going to jump over here. The question here is, why do we have personal values? That's our subclaim question right here. Why do we have personal values? Then I'm going to go through moral values help us determine between what's right and wrong, good or bad. Who? Us. What? Moral values help us determine what's right or wrong, good or bad. Same thing. Doug Buell. Now, I'm going to write my summary. Here's the question. Why do we have personal values? We have personal values because, statement. We have personal values because. Look, it's a why question. I'm going to go up here and grab my why notes and drop them in right here. Then I'm going to go up here and grab my what notes because I roll back up to the top and I grab these. And I drop those in right here. And then I go down here and I grab my how notes and I drop them in right here. Now my summaries are done. My how question and my why question are done. Summary 1, summary 2. I'm now done with my notes. I don't need this anymore. Goodbye. Now that I have my notes done, I now need to do my Sitomer. So I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click on Sitomer Values Grade. When I open this, this comes up. This is the part that is the research answer that you're going to turn in. Remember that overarching question? What are the main things that shape a person's values? Well, now we're going to answer it using our two summaries. So let's read what this is. This is our claim. Our claim is what every research paper has to have. There are many things that shape a person's values. Okay, I need two of them. Why two? Because I have slide one in one summary and slide two in two summaries. So I need to use two reasons or subclaims. There are many things that shape a person's values, like, well, I got to put something in there for my subclaim. So I'm going to go back up here, and now we're only going to use our summaries. I'm going to look at the first sentence. Values shape society by providing general guidelines for social conduct. Okay, I just need a piece of that though. I'm not going to use that whole sentence until I put it in my evidence portion. Okay, values shape society by providing general guidelines for social conduct. I'm going to use this. General guidelines, by providing general guidelines. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it right here. Now I got to admit, this might not make sense yet, but I have to tweak it now in my own words. Now I need to do the same thing here with our second summary. Let me highlight our first sentence, and now I need just a piece of it. We have personal values because they help in finding the true purpose and making sense of the world around us. Okay, I just need a piece. I'm going to go right here. They help in finding the true purpose. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste it here. Now I need to turn this red because this is my first subclaim. I'll tweak it more in a second, but red it is. And I'm going to make this purple. There, subclaim 1, subclaim 2. Now let's see if they make sense. There are many things that shape a person's values, like providing the general guidelines. Like providing general guidelines. I don't need the. And then here, and they help in finding the true purpose. How about a true purpose? Okay. Now I have my two subclaims. Subclaim 1 in red, subclaim 2 in purple. Where did I get them? I got them from the first sentence of my first summary for my first subclaim. And then I went down here and I grabbed a piece of my first sentence for my second subclaim, or summary, I should say. Now the next part is just literally cutting and pasting what we have in our notes. We have 3 red sentences here. According to the PowerPoint by Dr. Irvin Russell, one thing that shapes a person's values is, this is the easy part. I go back up here to my first summary, and I cut this sentence right here, copy, and I paste it in. Paste. And now I do the next thing for the second sentence. I go back here, I grab my second sentence, copy, I go here, and I paste. I do the same thing for my third sentence, because I have 3. Copy, paste. These are your notes. We're taking them from your Cornell note sheet. Copy, and paste. Now, technically, I'm not done, because I have to do the same thing. I have to make it make sense. According to the PowerPoint by Dr. Irvin Russell, one thing that shapes a person's value is, well, I don't need value shape society by, so I'm going to get rid of this. There. Now that makes sense. This aspect is important because social values form an important part of our culture. Makes sense? This aspect affects values by, I don't need the word values. And I need the word accounting. There we go. Now that whole thing makes sense. Where did it come from? It came from my first summary. You guessed it. Now we move down here to our second summary. I'm going to grab this and I'm going to drop it in right here. And I'm going to go here. And I'm going to grab my second sentence. And I'm going to drop it in right here. And I'm going to grab my third sentence. And I'm going to drop it in right here. But I'm not done, because now I got to clean it up. Dr. Irvin Russell also states another thing that affects a person's values is, well, I don't need we have personal values because. Cut. This aspect is important because moral values help us determine what is right and wrong, good or bad. That works. This is important to values because respecting others, no matter what their age, helps you gain an understanding and a sense of purpose and how to help people. That makes sense too. Lowercase r and lowercase m. Okay, awesome. We're done. Now we need to finish with our concluding sentence. We cannot use anything we said here. We can't repeat that. We have to put some sort of wrap. Oh, I just noticed I have a capital S there. Pardon me. I have to put a wrap down here. So I am going to look for something in here to go after my first part here, because anything here will work. It's a summary of what we talked about. Therefore, people's values are shaped from many things like, well, I'll say like social values, because I got it right here. And then down here, because I don't want to use anything up here, and I kind of touched upon it in my first purple sentence, I'm going to look here for my second part. Therefore, reading the green, therefore, people's values are shaped for many things like social values and, how about this? How to help people. There, I'm done. But I'm not completely done yet, because now I have to make everything red, and everything purple, purple. And now I'm going to make everything the same size. Let's go 14. I'm going to make everything the same font kind. I'll go Georgia. And now I'll take the bold off everything, or put it on, or take it off. I don't care. And now the tedious stuff. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. The period. Oh, got to change this into a lowercase and get rid of those dots. Okay, that should be blue, but oh well. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Bring it up, connect it. Okay, get rid of that right there. You see that? That has to go. Leave a period. Get rid of that. There we go. Oh, get rid of that. Leave a period. Yep, this is the tedious part, but we have to do it. Notice how I'm conjuncting or conjuncting. Notice how I'm putting everything together. Okay, same thing here. I'm getting rid of that. Here. Yep. Let me get rid of this. Period. Get rid of that. Period. Get Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Now I have to finish this part. And I'll do this. Period. I'm pretty much done. Now I need to make this 1.5. I'm going to go up here, go there. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what you're turning in. This is a Sitomer. And because that's bugging me, I'm going to make that blue. That's a Sitomer. We have our claim. We have our first subclaim. We have our second subclaim. We have our first subclaim evidence. We have our second subclaim evidence. And we have our conclusion. That is what you're turning in. And that, my friends, is how you write a Sitomer. I got it all right here from my summaries, from my Doug Buell notes, from the PowerPoint. Going forward, that's what we're doing. All right, take care. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.